Of jokes, hope you don't mind.
Yo, are you gonna yell at us less or more than Dom?
I'm just gonna roll the punches, you know?
Okay, wait.
Good vibes in this area. Just want to thank all the great hosts for tonight. You know, there's been millions of them. And I wanted to thank our great venue. Thank you again. No one writes to the Colonel. Thank you very much. So my friend's an ER nurse, and the other night, naturally, we were talking about things people get stuck up their butts. And so, you know what? I don't judge. You can jam all the way up your ass, the longest, most curliest things you can find, but it's still going to be undeniably funny. I like to call it the joke that never gets old, because until the end of time, people are going to continue falling on peanut butter jars in the bathtub and getting them wedged very far up there. So she was telling me about a guy who came into the ER, and he had, you're never going to get this, he had this giant corkscrew-like dildo. He had to have it surgically removed from his butt. It was like this long. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it might have even been longer. I know, right? It's like mad butt skills. and then she was telling me about this other dude that came in once, and he had a mango stuck up there. She said he had been climbing a ladder, and he fell on the mango. And I said, you know what? That's not that strange. Age-old superstition. Everyone knows that when climbing a ladder, you're supposed to place one mango right at the bottom. It's not so strange after all.
Do you think he started with like a grape and worked his way up?
You know what, he might have, because he might have had that initial fear, but since he was a superstitious man, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, that probably plays into it somewhere. And then when she told me, I was like, I mean, I think, isn't there also a song about that? You know what I'm saying?
What song?
Yeah, I'll have to Google it later. Yeah, so who in this room works in an office?
Whoa!
No, I know. Isn't it just the funnest place going? I just think that people who work in offices are so weird. Like, particularly at my work, no exception. People are just so freaking weird there. There's this woman, and we're actually friends, in the office sense of the word. And every time I pass her in the hallway, like, seriously, every time I pass her, she passes me, and I'm like, morning! And she's like, hey, how's it going? And like every single time, like it's just like she raises her eyebrows so high, it's like she's anticipating a giant eagle coming by and just like ripping off the top of her head or something. Like, can't anyone just say a regular hello, what's up? Like, I swear she does it every single time. It's starting to make me feel really awkward. I mean, if it didn't sound that way. But you know what? Like, I wonder if she's ever like, oh man, why did I do that again? It's like, I know I would be, but then I'm not weird.
Yes, you are.
Speaking of weird people at work, there was also this other weird guy. He's gone now, thank God, but I just had so many issues with him. He was so weird and so just annoying and such a stain, and he always wanted me to look at, you know, dumb videos and pictures he had on his computer. So this one time he showed me this picture of himself, and this was sort of around the time where he'd gotten really ripped. And so he's standing there in his Under Armour, looking like a tool, and he's like, I want to look like that again. I want to have washboard abs. And I'm just like, why? So you can do your laundry? Like, please? My friend Rosa was telling me about a date she went on recently, and you know, pretty great event for her. You know, someone's asked her on a date, pretty cute guy, go to a fancy place. She got dressed up all nice, Sunday best, if you will. And so you know, they're getting ready, ordering what they want for the night. Oh, she's deciding she'll have wine, not sure about the main just yet. And so her date is like, so what are you gonna have to drink? And she's like, yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna have some wine. And she's like, so what are you gonna have? And he's like, orange juice. as if it's the only option. So great, she's on a date with Mr. Rogers. I mean, he might as well have just ordered milk for Christ's sakes. I mean,
Hi, it's my friends to order Shirley Temples.
Shirley Temples? Like Virgiano? Well, he's just into grenadine.
Who's Jewish?
Oh, yeah. So yeah, like orange juice on a date. I mean, isn't that just like too much pulp or something? And incredibly square. I'll end on this note, ladies and gentlemen. File this under things I don't miss about college. Are you like me? Didn't you hate entertaining men, or women as it were, entertaining men back in university or college who you did not give a shit about? So painful. So this one time I was entertaining this gentleman and who laid it on so thick after I'd like made out with him or gave him a blowy or something after taking him back to my place, and I swear he had a tear in his eye, and he said to me, "I want to watch the sunrise with you." This actually happened, and ew, that's like saying something like, "I want to watch your mother give birth to puppies with you." It's colossally boring, and it's colossally cheesy. In fact, I don't want to watch anything with you except the back of you as you leave my room.
Yo, you're like a combination of Rachel Ray and Lady Gaga.
I guess it turned out as a good thing. Thanks, guys. You've been fun.
That was an awesome compliment to end on.
Yeah,
Rachel Ray and Lady Gaga.
Triangles in your face, though.
That's crazy. Although your meat dress would be barbecued. Right? I'm still at the point in my career where I like indicate that I just told a joke, and then the chicken crossed the road. I don't know if you're laughing so much because I told you to, or I'm just making like the weirdest face ever. You're like, "Wow, that girl just looked funny." We're gonna continue moving the night right along.